Now we're going to test your knowledge. Can you help me diagnose the soil I have in my garden? We're going to begin with the squeeze test. This is an easy, no-cost way to test what kind of soil you have. You start with a soil sample, you're going to squeeze it, and when you open your hand gently, you're going to touch the soil. I see that it's slightly sandy. Next is the jar test. This is a little more comprehensive method to determine your soil type. It's fun and easy to do too. One more now. Okay. Here's a bell jar that we ran through the tests. We let it sit for a couple of days, and here you can see that we have a sandy soil because the soil has fallen to the bottom. The water's at the top, and living by the water here in the Garden State, it's not surprising that we have sandy soil. If you had clay soil, the soil itself would rise to the top. The third test is the percolation or the drainage test. To improve the soil, it's important to understand how the water drains away from the soil. You'll see that first I dug a hole about 1 foot wide and about 1 foot deep. When I fill the hole with water and I let it drain, I mark the time. If the soil drains rather quickly, like in 5, 10, 15 seconds, then the soil's in pretty good shape. If it drains too quickly, the soil's too sandy. The last part of analyzing soil is the pH level test. For this test, you'll have to buy a testing kit at your nearest gardening or hardware store. Performing a pH test determines the nutrient levels present in the soil, especially the level of acidity and the chemical properties of the garden soil. And here's all you need to do. It's really best to take samples from maybe about 4 different parts of the garden. Remember to dig down maybe 4 or 6 inches for the soil sample you're testing, because you don't want just the topsoil. You add the activator that comes with your kit. It could be powder, it could be liquid. You put that into the test tube as per the instructions, and then this determines the concentration of the hydrogen in the soil, or otherwise known as the acidity. Then the liquid will turn a certain color depending on the acidity present in the soil. A numbering scale corresponds to the color. So for example, if your soil has too much alkaline, the color will turn bright green. If it is too acidic, the color will turn bright yellow. If it is neutral, there'll pretty much be no color change. And another easy, low-cost, beneficial way to test your soil would be to send your soil sample to your local cooperative extension office. Okay, so here we have our kitchen compost bin. So we take the leftovers from our dining from the weekend, and we put it into this, which is an easy transport out to the compost cabana, where we put it in to make some great soil. Good oranges, some banana peels, you see some asparagus. You never want to put any dairy or meat products into your compost area, so it's all the things that you would have like a vegetation. The worms that are in the bin here, they do their thing, so they're gonna eat up all this wonderful kitchen waste. Dried leaves, grass clippings, these are all good things to put into the compost, and then it turns into wonderful soil for your garden. See how that holds together? Boy, that's beautiful. Nice sweet smell. It's fantastic.